It's Wednesday, so let's talk a little NXT, shall we? We are obviously talking about the episode that aired last week, and there is an NXT broadcast tonight on the WWE Network at 8 o'clock. So, we're going to talk about last week. We're going to bring you up to speed of what's been going on with NXT, and we're on the road to TakeOver Brooklyn, August 22nd, and very much looking forward to that. So the show starts off with a tag team match. It is Enzo Amore and Big Cass, Colin Cassidy, taking on the team of Scott Dawson and Dash Wilder. They are formerly known as the Mechanics. They got brand new music. It's like they got a new lease on life as a tag team. And they're actually, looks like they're going to try to push them at this point because they really got a lot in this match and they actually won. So we'll start with the beginning here. Basically, on the mic, Enzo said, if you ain't a certified G, like 1, 2, 3, pointing to him, Cass, and Carmella, then you're simply SAWFT soft. So, yeah, this match ends up working out pretty well. They cut off the ring on Enzo for a while. Big Cass finally gets the tag in and hits the East River crossing on Scott Dawson. Carmella wakes up Enzo on the floor because, obviously, he got knocked off the ring apron. And Enzo heads up top for the rocket launcher. Cass is pulled out under the bottom rope by Dash, and he posts him, and Enzo, favoring his arm, he chases and ducks the clothesline, but he doesn't duck the clothesline of Dawson. They toss him in, and they tag Dash in. He's now the legal man. They hit a move which is called the Shatter Machine, which is basically a pop-up into a lung blower, which looked awesome, and they got the 3 count off of that one. So we're building to them being challengers for the NXT Tag Team Championships, and I know that's the right direction to go. I really like this team a lot, and I'm really curious to see where we go from here. Speaking of tag teams, Jason Jordan and Chad Gable are in the back talking to Devin, and they basically mock Enzo and Cass and the Hype Bros, and they say, nobody compares, we're ready, willing, and he's like, say my name, and Jordan's like, no. And he's like, why don't you say my name? And then he holds up the towel, of course, Ready, Willing, and Gable. So, I like this. I think Jordan and Gable have a great, rapport when it comes to being a tag team. And I really think their personalities are really starting to show and shine every single week on NXT. I really think with the former Mechanics of Dash and Dawson and, of course, Jordan and Gable, I really think that the tag team division is actually getting a much ejected, shot of vitamin C into it. So yeah, I really think this is awesome. We get a tap out ad, obviously promoting Charlotte, and once Charlotte spots that, we get a video package, which I thought was a promo, but it was actually a video package. The fact they chose Charlotte over the Total Diva, Dana Brooke complaining that Charlotte was chosen instead of her, shows Instagram pictures that basically, using the same training and workout regimen that Dana Brooke had, is the reason why Charlotte is the way she is. And she says she's going to make a statement by beating her. You know, she doesn't have a famous last name, so that's why people boo her. So we're building to the match later on in the night, Dana Brooke and Charlotte one more time. We get a squash. It is Baron Corbin in the squash of the week, and he faces off against Jesse Sorensen, which is interesting. Sorensen basically just gets beat up in no time. End today's match over, continuing to push Corbin as a monster, or re-pushing Corbin as a monster now. Tyler Breeze shows up in William Regal's office looking for competition, complaining he doesn't have a match at TakeOver, and he's like, you don't answer my texts, you don't answer my calls. He's like, I sent a carrier pigeon, and Regal's doing that just to kind of pacify him. And he's like, you know what? I'll face anyone in the world. And Regal basically says, be careful what you wish for, sunshine. So, yeah, we know who he's facing, but it's not announced until, I think it's this week on NXT. I'm not positive. It's either this week or next week. I think it has to be one of the 2 weeks, obviously, because we're 3 weeks away from TakeOver. So, yeah, once they announce that, I can talk about it. But until then, can't really say anything. Tag team action, Chad Gable and Jason Jordan facing off against Elias Sampson and his partner du jour this week, being Levis Venezuela Jr. And for those of you that don't know who he is, he was a recent hire for the Performance Center. He's kind of got hair like Questlove, and he wears I'm not gonna lie, he kind of reminds me of Jerry Flynn with his gear. He's got the long white. Jerry Flynn wore black on. Well, he wore white too. He's got the Jerry Flynn gear going on. I think that actually works the best way to say it. And they hit Grand Amplitude, which is now the new name of the pop-up backdrop suplex. I love that. I think it works really well. And they get the win. Just a showcase match to showcase Gable and Jordan. Short, straight and to the point. Dana Brooke's in the back with Emma, and basically she says she's going to evict Charlotte from NXT. She said she's lucky she's on Raw now because now she can't, obviously she's not going to have to deal with Dana Brooke anymore, but she has to deal with her one more time. The women's division will be taken over by the Total Diva. Then we get a video package for Bull Dempsey. Yeah, get it? Yeah, I know. I like it. And he basically says it's time to get Bull fit. And we get like an 80s like training montage, and we get like 80s style like neon colored graphics. Thought that was glorious. And we show his training regimen about how he's trying to work out and everything. He was lifting the bar above his shoulders, and of course it didn't have any weight on it, so he dropped it anyway. And I think this is going to be a fun gimmick for Bull Dempsey, showing his personality a lot. I think that's the right direction to go. So somewhere in the show, Eva Marie basically says she wants the NXT Women's Championship, or the NXT Championship title is what she calls it. And she pretty much says that Sasha Banks needs to watch out. I don't think Sasha really has to worry about that there. We end up having a matchup, Charlotte against Dana Brooke, and the match was short, straight and to the point. We basically pick it up off the fact Emma ends up going in the ring apron. She gets knocked off. Natural selection from Charlotte after a decent back-and-forth match for the 3 count. So that was fine. It was okay. I mean, for all the build-up, they gave it like a 4-minute match, so I think they gave it a little bit longer time. I probably would have appreciated that. Samoa Joe wants the NXT Championship and will do so by any means necessary, and if he has to go through Rhino, he's going to gladly end Rhino's future next week, as in tonight. So Samoa Joe and Rhino tonight on NXT. Kevin Owens apologized to William Regal for attacking him last week. They shake hands. Owens bombs out, and Regal says, you know what, I can't wait to see you get beat. I mean, really get beat on August 22nd in Brooklyn. Obviously, the rematch with Finn Balor. Kevin Owens is in a squash match up next against Martin Stone, the former Danny Burch from Developmental, and somebody that was a part of TNA Gut Check for a while. He did a Gut Check match. He got into a multi-man match, which ended up getting won by, excuse me. Ended up getting won by, I just totally forgot, I just totally blanked on his name. It's Fatu's, it's Haku's son, actually. I believe his name is, where are you? I haven't watched NXT in a while. I feel so terrible about this, honestly. Yeah, it's his tag team partner in The Rising, actually. And that person is, where is his name? I'm trying to find it here. Micah. Yeah, I totally forgot his name was Micah, the former Camacho. So yeah, that was, that was embarrassing for me doing that there. The match was just a straight-up, old-school, superstar-style squash. Owens basically lets Martin get a couple shots in, but then it's all over. Leaping back senton, release German suplex, the cannonball heads up top, swanton, toss him to the ropes, pop-up powerbomb, and after the match is over, Owens exclamation points the entire situation by apron bombing, and then getting up on the top rope and mocking Finn Balor's taunt. It did exactly what it had to do. And it worked quite well. Main event time, NXT Tag Team Championships on the line. Blake and Murphy with the gorgeous Alexa Bliss taking on the Vaudevillains, Simon Gotch and Aiden English. And we got a great crowd chant from Down with Dubstep. I like that, and I thought that worked really well. This match was short, straight and to the point, but it had a lot of hype, a lot of fire onto it. Especially when Gotch got in. They went for the whirling dervish, and Aiden got off the ropes. Alexa grabs the boot, and he gets rolled up with the tights for the 3 count. Aiden tosses Murphy over the top to the floor. They hit the whirling dervish on Wesley Blake. And then they pose with the championships to a great reaction from the crowd. Alexa's alone. The Vaudevillain circle. The fans are chanting chivalry. And instead of attacking her, they hold the ropes for her. And basically she belittles them and slaps them one by one in the face. And then bombs out to rejoin Blake and Murphy. That's how we end NXT for this week. We're still in the build to take over. Obviously, we're 3 weeks away. And this week is Samoa Joe and Rhino. Looking forward to that. Should be really fun. Bayley and Charlotte's coming up soon. I don't know if it's this week. I think it might be next week. I'm not positive. Don't remember the actual order of everything. I did, glance over the spoilers. That's how I know who Tyler Breeze is facing at TakeOver. but I didn't really look into them fully, so that's the reason why it is what it is. So, great focus on tag team action tonight. Dawson and Wilder, they're going to be a great tag team. I think they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. Jordan and Gable, same thing. Definitely always nice to see them. Baron Corbin with a straight squash. Kevin Owens with a straight squash. And Charlotte and Dana Brooke, they put on a good match, considering the fact they didn't give it enough time, I really don't think. And the main event tag team titles, Blake and Murphy and the Vaudevillains. So you had 3, 4, 5, 6 matches on the show, and half of them were tag team matches. Trying to rebuild the NXT tag team division slowly but surely. That is your NXT recap for this week. Should be a good show this coming tonight, actually, and we'll talk about that next week. Quick programming note, tomorrow, Sip and Snack will start our 4-part series on IKEA. Yes, I'm going to be eating things that I cannot pronounce. That's going to be super awesome. Friday, AJ's movie reviews will be tackling The Gift, as well as Fantastic Four, Shaun the Sheep, and last but certainly not least, Ricky and the Flash. That's going to be coming your way. Saturday, we're going to be continuing Pop Flashback as we move on to Animal Kingdom. That's shooting your way. It's the third of a 7-part series that we did in 2013 here on Pop. And if you didn't miss it, that's what we have Pop Flashback for. Sunday, brand new verses, your second of your Robin Williams tribute verses. This one's going to be a lot darker than last week, and Monday will be your Gaming with Ash segment with Ashley. Monday night will be the WWE Raw Popcast. My apologies for what happened last night with the Popcast. We had some technical issues, like major technical issues, and we didn't get started till like almost 1 o'clock in the morning. But no worries, we still got a great episode, and we had a great time. Hopefully you guys and girls out there enjoyed it just the same. On Tuesday, of course, will be your archive for the WWE Raw Popcast. Wednesday will be a brand new edition of NXT talking about the show that's going to air tonight. Thursday, brand new Sip and Snack, more IKEA. Friday, AJ's movie reviews will, it's a question mark right now what we're actually going to get. Man from U.N.C.L.E. and hopefully, knock on wood, straight out of Compton. So that's what we've got. And Halloween Horror Nights news. We found out yesterday that the Jabberwockies are official for Halloween Horror Nights in Hollywood this year, and I will be doing that video probably sometime either today or tomorrow. I haven't quite decided yet. And Orlando got an announcement too, but we'll have to talk about that later. So that's what we've got for it right now, and more information as soon as I get it. As always, if you like these videos, tell your friends about them, leave a comment, do subscribe, help spread the word about Pop. If you haven't yet, go to Facebook, takes a minute to click like on your Facebook fan page, Sir Owen Disney Pop. Search for Sir Owen Disney and Pop. While you're at it, you can friend request me at Owen Disney. Follow me on Twitter at Sir Owen Disney. And if you're a theme park or wrestling podcast that would like Sir Owen Disney to be a part of your show, or if you'd like to become a popcaster yourself, be part of one of the podcasts, ask me travel questions, trip questions, Disney, Universal, Halloween Horror Nights, wrestling questions. You want to answer anything, ask ideas for the vlog of randomness, Sip and Snack, or verses, you're more than welcome to shoot out ideas to me that way, and you can do this all by emailing me, SirOwenDisney@gmail.com. So in the meantime, I want to thank you guys and girls out there for watching, and until tomorrow, boys and girls, that's all I got to say about that.